If you have been following the developments today, you would have seen Diego Garcia dominating the headlines. Iran has denied targeting the US-UK base located on the Indian Ocean island of Diego Garcia, with a senior official telling Al Jazeera that Tehran was not behind the reported missile strike. The denial came after a report by the Wall Street Journal, citing multiple US officials, claimed that Iran fired two intermediate range. Beg your pardon. Iran fired, it claimed, two intermediate range ballistic missiles at Diego Garcia, but did not hit the US-UK military base in the Indian Ocean. The report added that one of the missiles failed in flight while a US warship fired an interceptor at the other, although it could not be determined if the interception succeeded. It did not specify when the missiles were fired. Basically, it said that one missile failed during flight, while the other was likely intercepted. Here's the context first and why these developments are particularly significant. This is where Diego Garcia is located. It lies about 4,000 kilometers from Iran, and the reported strike attempt, which has now been denied by Iran, would have raised questions about the actual range of Iran's missile capabilities. In fact, worth noting here that last month, Iran's foreign minister said that the country had capped its missile range at 2,000 kilometers. In fact, a lot happened following the WSJ report. Reactions started pouring in. The UK condemned Iran, calling the attack reckless and a threat to British interests and allies. The Israeli Prime Minister, meanwhile, while reacting to reports of the strike, warned that Tehran has the capacity to reach deep into Europe. And then, earlier in the day, came another significant statement. The British Prime Minister said there had been no assessment that mainland Britain was being targeted by Iran. He was asked if Britain could be targeted by Iran after reports at the weekend that Iran had fired two missiles at the US-UK military base in the Indian Ocean. And he responded saying, quote, "We carry out assessments all the time in order to keep us safe, and there is no assessment that we are being targeted in that way," quote unquote. In fact, let's just go back a few days. On the 20th of March, Iran's new leader, in a statement read out on state TV, denied that Iran or its allies its allied forces were responsible for attacks against Turkey and Oman. His comments coming after the Turkish Ministry of National Defense said the NATO air defense intercepted a ballistic missile launched from Iran. Also, Oman claiming two people were killed after drones came down in the Sohar province. The leader claimed those are false flag incidents used by Iran's enemy to show discord among neighbors, and warned that it may occur in other countries as well. Earlier, remember, Reuters reported, citing an interview with Iran's ambassador to Saudi Arabia, that Tehran was not responsible for the March 2nd attacks on Saudi Arabia's oil infrastructure, including the Ras Tanura refinery on the east coast and dozens of attempted drone attacks on the oil field in the desert near the UAE border. However, he did not say who had carried out the attacks. Also, according to analysis by academic researchers examined by Reuters, an American-operated Patriot air defense battery likely fired the interceptor missile involved in the explosion at the Bahrain Petroleum Company, Bapco oil refinery. Both Bahrain and America had blamed Iran for the attack. But the fact is, the way things stand right now, the developments have been worrying given the larger implications. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.